where it's landed me in all of this, where all the different teachers have landed me ultimately, is a relationship to, you could say to God, you could say to Padmasambhava, presence, to the goddess, Shakti. I would be comfortable with the language of inner teacher if I experienced it as being inner. And I don't. I don't experience it as being inner or outer. I experience it as being both. It's inner in the sense, perhaps, that that it's not dependent on, oh, it's hard to describe, outside sources. It isn't, it isn't. It uses outside sources. It uses my own mind. It uses thought. It uses other people teaching. At this point, it doesn't even mean that I ascribe awakeness to the sources through which it speaks. You could say God or the goddess can use any instrument to speak to you, to guide you. It's that kind of relationship or that kind of connection that, in my own life, in terms of this, that's why I smiled when you said Ishtadavata, because Devata, because it's not really, it's that as well. It fits with that as well. Basically, the frequency of paying attention to God's voice, or and somatically to what I'm feeling. I mean, there's all kinds of metaphor in this because depending on the person, different language works. Some people talk about all of this in terms of the body. I listen deeply to my body. What do they mean? Are they listening to their pulse? No. They're listening to their somatic experience. They're bringing their attention to what they're feeling. And they pay attention and trust what they feel. So whether they should be with somebody or not has more to do with what they're feeling when they're listening. So you could talk about it that way. I become, you know, deepening my relationship with my body, but it's in quotes because it's not the nervous system. Just it's something else. That's a door. Interior guidance is a way to say it, but is it really interior? I mean, it's not. If somebody walks up to you and says something to you that resonates, and then they leave because they were in the grocery store and they were talking to somebody, they turned to you and they asked you a question and they walked out, had nothing, they don't have any clue that they were this deep messenger for you, because it has nothing, in one sense, has nothing to do with them. Same with books. The right book at the right time. You go back 5 years later, look at the same book and say, what trash this book was. Wow, what silliness. But boy, it was exactly what I needed to hear. And maybe I even misunderstood the author. I now realize the author meant this, but it wasn't what I needed to hear. So I read that.
Mm.
See, it's not, and in that sense, it's interior, but it's not interior in the sense that it's not exterior or using exterior. It's deeper subjective. Ultimately, the guru has to be, you could say God, you could say the goddess, you could say the Buddha, you could, has to transcend this person. This person has to be a door. It's not clarity, not freedom. If you think a human being is it totally, that they're the guru, period. That doesn't, that's very dangerous. Um, and any guru worth their salt will tell you that and will be insistent on that. I mean, Papaji was very insistent on that. All of them are. It's your own, they'll say it's your own self, they'll say it's God, they'll say and any number of things, but they will not say it's me. A few of them have, and even when they were good teachers, people who talk that way, that's a problem. It's an issue. Um, but the Satguru has to the essence of what a Satguru is that they're introducing you to being. So being then becomes the guru. And so a Satguru is someone who is a door for you to being, which is then your guru, or the door to God, or the door to the goddess, or the door to the transcendent, or the door to the Atman, or the door to the Buddha nature, or the door to intrinsic awareness, or the door to the Holy Spirit. I mean, whatever language is used is not the point. The point is the spirit of guidance is. There are people who are filled with the spirit of guidance, and you can receive the spirit of guidance from them, but it is the spirit of guidance that guides you from then on. All right. So now I'm using Christian language because that's what Jesus said when he was leaving. He said, "I'll give you the spirit of the comforter, the spirit of guidance, whatever." Anyway, so that's it. That's the real Satguru is someone who introduces you to the comforter, to the spirit of guidance.